it's Ryan again with one more video today. Thought I'd do two in one day. I wanted to get this other one out. I've been wanting to upload this for a long time. So this is my college experience video. And for a description, I'm just sitting here on my bed right now in shorts and a tank top. It's warm enough outside where I have the air conditioning on inside because I like it cold. Um, so I went to Wright State University, 2008. Ever since I was looking at colleges, and I first heard about that one, I liked it. I went to a college fair at Baldwin Wallace University um, in I don't know, in 2007. And when we looked at that one, and I heard about it, and then I went and visited the campus, I just liked it right away. Um, we had a tunnel system to get to all the different buildings, except for the dorm buildings. You couldn't get to those, but everything else. And I walked around and I learned about it. Some people have tried to argue they don't like it because it's not realistic, meaning not every place has tunnels like that, which is true. Some places do, though, and the fact that they do, in my opinion, is good that they are accessible because a lot of places are not accessible. So I would not agree with the theory that, well, it doesn't prepare you for the real world because it's accessible like that. I mean, to each their own. But I personally loved it, and I know a lot of other people do, and their disability services is amazing. Now, when I first got there, I was so anxious to be, I was so ready to be on my own. I wish I would have been more nice to my parents when they first dropped me off. I was almost trying to like kick them out. And they were just like, "Do you not like us that much?" It's like, no, it's like, I should have been a lot more nice to them. So, I apologize later. But anyway, I lived in Hamilton Hall. If anyone's been to Wright State, they know what that is. It's right across from the student union. And um, so there's other dorms like Forest Lane and the Woods, but those are a little farther away. I did have to live in Forest Lane when I took summer classes because they use Hamilton and the other buildings for marching band and cheerleading camps and stuff like that. They rent out and for college prep camps. So anyway, though, I went there and I originally thought I was going to be a math teacher major. And then I took, prereq math classes and I decided I did not like that. Um, and so it took me a while to realize what I wanted to do. And eventually, about a year down the road, I chose psychology. um, but if I had the chance, I would do it all over again. And I'll tell you why. I don't have the best GPA. I think it's like a 2.5 or 2.6, and I would have loved to do it better. But I didn't have a lot of friends in high school, so I went through a stage where I was more concerned about making friends than I was about my studies, which is not appropriate. I mean, it's good to make friends. There's nothing wrong with that, but you have to be. And I think because I didn't have a lot of friends in high school, I was too concerned about making friends, um, and so I sort of didn't take it as seriously as I would have wanted it to. Um, but it is what it is. You can't change the past. So, like Simba says in The Lion King, you can't change the past. So, but Rafiki says when he whacks Simba, the way I see it, you can run from it or learn from it, and I definitely learned from it. That's for sure. Um, but so with that being said, when I went through that stage, I was on academic probation for about a year. Actually, about a year and a half, because I went from like 2 point something GPA down to a point .9 in my after my second quarter. We were in quarters. And the reason being is because I didn't want to listen to what anyone had to tell me. I was so excited to be on my own. I didn't want to take anybody's advice for anything. I was just like, don't tell me. I'm on my own. I'll do whatever I want to. And it really affected me in the long run, and I almost got kicked out. But luckily, they had a um, what was it called? UC something class. It was from University College where you could take it and you wouldn't be dismissed, and you would discuss your weeks and what you did and how things have been going and get advice. But they stopped that because only like 10% of people went on to graduate after it and got off of probation. So, um, I originally, when I got on probation, I had to take a class to begin with. And they actually had a speaker who got dismissed and then changed. But the second class for when you got dismissed, that didn't that stopped after a while. So I'm one of the lucky ones who actually um, finally got their act together. My scene, my when I in 2010 we were in 2011 I think it was, 2012, I think it was 2012 actually. Everyone in Ohio had to switch to semesters, so we were still on quarters till then. It was either 2011 or 2012. Everyone in Ohio had to switch to semesters because so many schools are on and you would come transfer. But anyway, so I was on probation for a while, and we used to have meetings, and I didn't like them because I just wanted to be on my own. And then it took me a while to realize that, you know what, I need to be able to, while I can make my own decisions, I do need to be able to listen to people's suggestions and advice, and here and there listen to them, and it's going to help me out. And so it was a learning experience, and I definitely learned to do that. So again, I still will make my own decisions on certain things, but I will be open to listening to people's advice. So, with that being said, I think it was back in 2010, fall quarter of 2010, is what changed, really got me, because I got an A in a history class and a B in a political science class. And my political science professor, actually, I had a 78 percent, and they said they normally wouldn't do this, but they allowed me to do the extra credit thing, and if I did well, they would give me the B, and they did. And I didn't want to watch the movie. We had three choices. I think it was one was called Crash, another one was called Milk, and another one was called Paradise Now. Paradise Now, I think, had a lot of. There was one, I can't remember what reason I didn't watch it, but I ended up watching Crash, and I didn't really like it because it had a lot of cussing in it and stuff, and I usually don't watch things with that. I usually don't watch a lot of videos with cussing in it because I don't like hearing that language. But I did, and I was able to. So that's what sort of got me off of probation. And it got me off of probation. I was able to finally move up and start achieving more. And then I got into psychology, and I started taking my psychology classes. So, of course, like everybody, I had to take prereq classes, and of course, as many of us know, they're just there to make money. Many of them don't even have anything to do with your major, and a lot of them are just there, they want to, for the university to make money and waste our money. So, but anyway, so I did that, and then I started taking psychology classes. I took, one of my favorites was personality psychology. We got to learn, I think it was a personality class, got to learn about, different personalities, kind of like that. And I took children's psychology because I was interested in kids. I thought, kids are really nice. I watch a lot of family YouTube videos of moms and dads showing their families and raising their kids. Even though I don't have any myself, it's just nice to see it. So I took those. Those were probably some of my favorites. And then I had to take capstones, which were researchers, and I hate researching. So, one of them, so those were a pain in the butt, but, I did what I had to do. So, I also skipped. Sorry. After I did math, I knew I was forgetting something. I thought I wanted to do engineering then, but then engineering was just way too much math, and I had to stop that. Took an engineering class, and it just didn't work out. So, that's what happened there. But then, so I was at college for 5 years instead of 4 because I did go through that phase, like I said. But, and so I eventually went on to graduate after some difficulties and struggles. Another experience that I went through at college is, again, I did get tutoring, but I was always jealous of some of the tutors because I felt, I was jealous, like, hey, you guys get to show off your knowledge about something and be really good, and I wasn't able to do that. So I was always sort of had that jealous feeling, which is not good, because they were and I did take advantage of tutoring, again, after I got off of probation. I sort of learned to take advantage of it, but it sort of depressed me because I felt like, they were lucky and they got to, use their knowledge to help people out. I didn't feel I had that opportunity, so I was kind of jealous at that time. So I don't feel that way really now. I mean, because honestly, everybody wants to be recognized, and everybody wants to be able to, most people want to be able to help people in some way. And so there's other ways that I help people. But at that time, it just affected me in that way. So, but I did do the tutoring, and it was the tutor classes that I needed tutoring for were some history classes, stats, that was kind of a rough one. But I had some good professors who I was able to. One of them had office hours. I was able to go to. A lot of them had office hours. I was able to go to and talk to them, and it was very, very helpful. So, excuse me. So that was. And now I will talk about disability services was amazing. Um, as it is well known to be at Wright State. So what I did was I got all my stuff brailled from there for math and for choir, and everything else I just had them email me, like a book or something like that. It would just be emailed to me. So that's what it would do, and then it would. Sorry, my clocks are going off. So I would do that, and then that's how I get my books. And then when I took tests, they would have a test proctoring service where what you would do is you would take your tests on the computer, so you can type your answers on the computer, and it'd be easier that way. Or for math, I would type them in. I would have a reader writer. I would have a brailler and a bunch of braille paper to do my workout, and I would tell them what I want to do. And the good thing is a lot of my math teachers were focused on, did you make the effort to try, even if you didn't get the exact correct answer, did you make the effort to actually solve the problem? How much work did you put into it? Were you really close? Which is good. So I mean, that was not. So that's what I did for that, and they have caught people cheating. So it's not like they have screens in all the rooms. So they have caught people cheating and trying to go on the internet and look up information. So it's not like they didn't monitor it. They had screens in the test proctoring office where they would watch everybody, so they could tell if you were trying to cheat or something like that. So you wouldn't get away with it. And I'm not a cheater, so but they have caught people. So and Disability Services also provided Goodwill Easter Seals Miami Valley came O&M instructor, orientational ability instructor came whenever I started college, and she showed me around the campus and for the main place I needed to go. And then after that, I sort of just explored and found what I needed to. I sort of explored around and found what I needed to when I needed to find it. So that was my and like I said, that was pretty much my college experience of what. Oh, one thing I thought the dining was pretty. I liked it there, but I heard it's changed now. Now they have Chartwells. They did have Sodexo. It was very expensive, but I didn't know how to cook then, and I lived in Hamilton. I didn't have my own stove or anything. They used to have the Union Market, Chef's Kitchen, and part of the Union Market was Chef's Kitchen, the grill. They had a deli, and then they had a coffee shop called Right Cup, which I guess now it's a sushi place. And then they had a place called the Hangar, which had like fast food places like a Skyline and a Burger King and Pizza Hut and a Taco Bell, and I think now that has changed as well. I think they have a Denny's there, and I don't know what else they have there. I can't remember, but I guess the Right Cup area is now a sushi place, and I'm not so. And I guess they have a Tim Hortons in the Union now also. I think the contract is up for bid again in like 5 years or something like that. Um, so when I was there, I liked it. Haven't got a chance to ask any current students what they think of it now. So whether it's better or not, I really don't know. So, but that was basically my experience. I did make friends, and some of them I still talk to on Facebook. Others I haven't really talked to in years and years. So, but I'd love to reunite with them. So, I know I've bounced all over the place from this experience to that experience. But I do that. Oh, and another thing I did is I took notes for everything on my laptop. I have JAWS. That's how I showed you. There's a video about that. And then for math, I had a reader writer, and meaning they watched everything and they took down notes for me. But it's helpful more when the professor used the book, because I was able to look at all the problems in the book. So that was a lot easier. So, and luckily our bookstore let us, sometimes they would buy back books so we get some money back, and then otherwise if they didn't, we would try to, sell them ourselves so we can make some money. So they used Barnes and Nobles. So so I believe that's what they still use now. So that is my college experience. Questions, comments, let me know. Anyone's currently at Wright State, let me know if or was there last couple years. I left in 2013. I think the new food company Chartwell's came like in 15 or something like that. So that's my video on my college experience. Everybody have a great weekend.